Good evening guys and welcome to OTL. It's season 4, it is round 18 and tonight we head to the circuit of the Americas, better known as Qatar, aka USA. Adam is with me, he will join in a little bit, but let's get a lowdown of exactly what the standings are sitting at and who is where at the moment. Once the dock decides that it's going to load, if it's going to load at all. Bear with me one little second, chat. So sorry chat, I was just doing a little thing there. My Discord is not working at all, and ensuring there is no shenanigans in the Discord, so I don't even know exactly what's going on with the standings. Oh, here we go. Now my phone decides that it's going to work. So, where are we? Oh, what's happened? So it's all a bit strange. So here we go. Mike leads the way on 418 points. We have Mr. Rage in P2 on 365. Then Nude Potato 20 points behind Rage in 345. Then we have Ryan Sam at P4 and 244. Chubby Slug P5 and 231. Then Rob Wills P6 and 230. So very close between Chubby and Rob. Nelly on 219. ENTXJ and P8 and 213. Mikey P9 on 212. Nick P10 on 182. Chris Taps P11 on 181. Connor Kidd P12 on 140, SBW P13 on 138, F Lewis P14 on 128, Mick P15 on 121, Ranger P16 on 112, Shiv P17 on 104, Skarma P18 on 102, Pedro P19 on 87, and Fingers P20 on 73. Dixie leads the way in the Reserves Championship on 60 points, Matty on 30, Jock on 25, Schlee, Michelando, Mitch and Jay Bradfield all tied on 12, although Jay Bradfield is full time now. McLaren lead the way in the Constructors by 38 points, they're in P1 on 648, then we have Red Bull on 610. Then Mercedes quite a bit off the pace now in 484, but they have a good 70 point gap to Williams on 413, then in P4. Then the battle for P5 between Alpine, Alpha Tauri and Alfa Romeo is very close, 386, 351 and 344 respectively. Aston Martin in P8 as well, 320, not too far away. Then we get Ferrari in P9 on 283 and Haas in P10 on 190. So Mike does lead the way in the championship, but from what I have seen, Mike's looking a little bit off the pace. The McSpicy is a no-no. Good evening, Jock and Jay, Mick, and the morning Mike. Stephen gave me a EXO. And good evening, Chris. Thank you for joining us. I hope you're enjoying your holiday, sir, and having a lovely time in the sun. Well, y'all looks lovely as well. So I think it's Pedro, one of our men leading the way. Let's get some data up on screen. No, we have an Alpha Tauri. Or an Alfa Romeo, sorry, much further up the road, so I think this could be ENTXJ. He is in the last sector now, heading around the twisty stuff. and he's going to be one of our first men to get on for a lap of the Circuit of the Americas. As I said, Adam will join me at some point. He will be here maybe about mid-quali point, but Jay rounds the last corner on that medium compound tyre and he will open the lap. Heading up towards turn 1, we'll go on board. And is he going to use all of the track to open up turn 1? Yes, he is. Splitting the curb, which is the right thing to do. Braking about 70 metres for turn 1, using the apex nicely, get on the power. Nice short shift to find the traction now. Find your weaving line through the S's. Can he stay fully committed and flat? Clip the apex in the first, second, third. Small lift for the third. And then a small squeeze of the brake, but carrying good speed in the exit of the S's, and it has a big snap there. So Jay gets out of it, we'll go on board to what I think is, what's that, it's just outlets coming through, so Pedro's our next man to come through. And a big lift for Pedro in the S's, but he's just trying to get an initial lap time on the board. And looking nice and tidy as he heads down the hill, heading for the hairpin to head on to the back straight, braking again about 80 metres, it's a common theme in the game. And on to the back straight. Biggest overtaking opportunity will come at the back of this, or the bottom of this straight for the drivers in the race, I would imagine. In sector 3 can always get quite spicy as well. So spot your braking, you take a big chunk of this curb, even more of that, you can actually cut the full curb there with the cut. And then into the little technical start of sector 3. Let the car drift wide, squeeze the brakes in, then get off the throttle, just let it roll through the apex, picking up your throttle gently. Then squeeze the power, hold the nice tight line, round the triple right hander, and set yourself for the second to last corner, so a small stab of the brakes and chuck the car in, using all of the road on the exit, then one corner to go, squeeze it in, hit your apex nicely, let the car run wide as much as you can, DRS open to the line, and it's a 33.9 for Pedro. But we have somebody coming round the last corner, I'm not quite sure who it is, it could be Mick, yes it is, Mick now goes on to P1 slot and a 32.9, so he's got a second advantage to Pedro. He's got Rob Wills driving around ghosted, I think. No, he's not ghosted anymore. I'm not quite sure what was going on there, so let's go. We've got an Aston Martin, is this Skarma? No, it was Jock first, but Skarma is next round, DRS open. Can Skarma get himself up the leaderboard? He does, he's a 33.4 and slots into P2 at the moment. Mr. Rage looking nice and committed on his medium tyre through sector 1. Shiv now goes on to pole position by only just a little bit, 2 100ths of a second between himself and Mick. But Mr. Rage, I think it's going to start lighting up the timing screens here, even on his medium compound tyre. And our championship leader slots into P4 on a 32.9. So Mr. Rage, I'm not quite sure exactly, I'm sorry chat, I actually had my eyes off the screen for a small second, I am very very sorry. And Rage takes too much inside curb on the triple right hander and round the car goes. No damage though, so all is well. Good evening, Mr. Adam, although I don't know if he's actually here yet. I guess we'll just hear him when he comes to talk. But Chubby Slug now goes to the line, it goes P7 on a 33.7. Wait there 1 second, it will go blue for a bit, chat. I need to turn Mr. Adam up a little bit. No, I've got you on quiet.
Oh, what, in case I came in all noisy?
No, that's for when we're playing different games.
Oh, okay.
Where the game's a bit quieter and you don't quite need depth in the voice, you know. So New Potato, the P3 man, in the last sector, a couple of corners to go. Wonder where he can slot his medium compound tyre. And Ranger done a 32.4, but he has dropped the car at the SE, so he's out of the session. And it's a 33.3 for New Potato, up to P7. Not too far away from his championship rival. And Mr. Rage done a 50.9, that was a cracking sector. Couple of tenths down at the end of sector 2, but of course Rage has his big moment on his first flying run just after the next couple of corners. So as long as he gets it through, the triple right-hander. There's really one corner actually.
Don't forget you have to check him going through the S's, Chris.
Oh no, I tested the setup. He was absolutely right. And I told him I stood corrected. And Rage taking a good chunk of the second last corner, very committed. Straddling the curb down the little straight to open up the last corner, and it's going to be a 33.2 for Rage. He slots now into P7. And he's looking pretty much on pace, so Mike's saying he was off the pace, but he slapped a 32.9 in the medium compound tyre, and Rage only does a 33.2. That's interesting.
Mike always says he's off the pace.
Let's go with our man, Mr. SPW. Heading through the S's. SPW looking very good through that first sector. It was very, very tidy. Let's see where he goes as he heads down the back straight. One of the few, in fact he's the only man on track that's not set a time yet. So it'll be interesting to see where he can slot the medium compound tyre. Expect him, he's usually pretty close to Nelly, so I could see him maybe splitting Nelly or going just ahead of his teammate in Chubby Slug. So 2 corners to go for SPW. Through the last corner he comes, and where can he slot his medium compound tyre? Going to be a 33.8, and I was right, he splits Chubby Slug and Nelly. It slots right in where I thought the pace would be for him. And they've got Nadeem reserving this evening as well. Not seen him on track for a little while. Anybody on a lap at the moment we have? Kristaps, is he going to improve? Yes he does, he goes to P12, it's a 33.8 for Kristaps on his medium compound tyre. But here comes Jay, he's going to be one of the first men off the medium tyres onto that soft compound, so let's see just how much time he gains. Scott Jock just ahead. Is Jock on a hot lap? Yes, he could be. Jay carrying. Oh, but he picks up an invalidation there, and it wouldn't matter much anyway for Jay, but he knows where the invalidation came there, so he can definitely just take that a bit more hesitant and have confidence that the tyre's going to find you some good time. And Skarma as well picks up an invalidation, and that's going to be the theme of the day, I think. Penalties and lap invalidations are going to come thick and fast. So let's see Nadeem. He's always been pretty competitive when he's came to OTL.
Apologies.
No,
I'm here now.
You're absolutely fine, sir. You're absolutely fine.
Whew. I mean, obviously I'd be on pole if I could have raced tonight.
Yep. If you like me race, I'd have been on pole.
100%.
And SPW is having his nightly connection issue.
He had that beginning of quali as well.
Oh, did he?
Yes, so this is the second of 3. I'll call it now.
Yikes. Something about F1 now, just doesn't have a good time at all. And the team being really aggressive on the curbs for the triple right-hander, he actually had to put a bit of opposite lock into the rear of the car, try to snap away. Carries good speed second to last corner. Now into the last corner he goes, he double takes a little bit there, DRS open, to the line he goes, a 33-0 from the team, and I tell you, I could easily have seen 2.5, 3 tenths there where he lost, very easy to notice on the eye, so Nadine looking pretty pacey.
My man Nelly.
He's out on an outlap.
He's on an early lap.
And who do we have on a lap? Chubby Slug, he is on a competitive run on the soft compound tire, so go on board with him as he comes into the second to last corner. As Mr. Ray's just ahead opens a lap on the soft compound as well, and Matoman picks up an invalidation out the last corner. It would have been a 32 flat for Matoman, so he would have been on to pole by almost half a second there.
Wow. Hopefully he's got time to get back in and get another lap.
I think if he pushes hard when he's in that and just boxes and comes straight out, it should be okay, just.
Mike is about to start a lap.
Yeah, I'm just going to him now. We will follow the McLaren Man Championship leader for his first run.
2 on pole.
And I've even gave Mike the full screen.
Ooh, full screen.
Oh, that was a good view. Yeah, I took the grid off the side for the moment. Carrying very good speed through the S's. The camera angles for this lap have been fantastic for the game.
You know what? I was sitting actually on him. I couldn't get him to do that.
Yeah, the broadcast camera sometimes is tremendous. So Nude Potato just ahead. No toe whatsoever though. From Con, he pulls well out of the way there and says, no Mike, you can do that yourself, as we watch through the halo of the McLaren Man heading down into sector 3. And he does take that big cut of the hairpin, which is very much in the ballpark. Ray's done a 31.6 onto pole position. We see there it flash up at the top of the screen, but I think Mike is right on pace for that here on his soft compound tire as we watch him fly into that last triple right-hander. The second to last corner coming up. And we see him as he falls downhill. We'll go on board for the last corner, and where can Mike put that McLaren? He was saying he's a little bit off the pace, but I tell you he's not far away here, and he goes 31.4, and that is a couple of tenths advantage to Mr. Rage. So Mike on to pole.
Nothing new there. Nothing new there.
And Matoman, if he can get out for another lap, that's 32.0 at the moment, is looking to be a very competitive time, Adam.
Yeah, he's putting himself amongst it.
Even Nude Potato, he's done a 33.3, so from medium to soft tire, he's looking for 1.3 seconds, which is a lot of time.
Medium lap, though.
But even still, 1.3 seconds in Delta, that's a lot.
Oh yeah.
I think for a tyre that's only about 6 tenths, he's been doing very well. Pains me to say that.
Oh, it's horrible. Oh, I'm getting some bleach or something.
Yep, wash my mouth out with vinegar.
Yeah. Oh, vinegar will do it. Vinegar and lemon.
Let's just go straight in for the sulfuric acid. So Jay Bradfield, I think he has got out of his lap. Yes, he has. He's going to aim to start on the medium compound tyre, and he's just going to open his run at the moment. So Mike's qualifying is over, 31.4 at best for Mike. Rob Wills has invalidated his lap in the last sector, so he's going to have to get out of it. We've got a Red Bull champing through here. That's Con, 8 tenths up. So Con looking to go to a mid-32 here. Of course, the tyre will find time in the last sector, but this could maybe only be a 32 flat here for Con. This is a big moment out the corner, and it's a 31.9. He only goes on to P3, and I was very close to that 32 flat call there. And look at Pedro on his soft compound tyre in P7, a 32.7. Where has he pulled that lap?
Gotta be hacks. Gotta be.
So it's over for Matterman, he left it too late.
Is he
The
not
curtain
making
will
it?
fall on the qualifying session and he's only on an outlap, so he will need to come into the pits. You need to make sure he's well out of the way. F. Lewis as well,
No,
unless
he's got
I'm seeing...
47 seconds. Matt will make it. I'm on board with him.
Okay, my timing is not showing that at all.
He's
It's
got
saying
40
that
seconds,
qualifying
he
is
will
over
make
for
it.
me.
Oh, no, I've got 40 seconds.
Wow,
I had this with Jensen last week as well.
that's very strange.
Yeah. I will jump and look at the swings here, but I can't see. I haven't loaded YouTube yet.
So Chubby Slug was looking for a 32 flat in his initial run. Can he find that? That lap time again we put him P4, I think he'd be very happy with that. But you need to just not pick up an invalidation now. And Mike's session is over, so he retires out. And Rage is going to take no further part either. As now the checker flag falls, so Pavel, no time on the board, he's hooked up some invalidated laps. Where is F. Lewis on track at the moment? In fact, he's not far behind Chubby Slug. I think Chubby Slug, see one of our lead men, in fact we've got Jock, he just improves with Skarma, he's going into the pits. Is this Mick? Mick's also going into the pits. Then we have a Ferrari of Shiv. And he is going to commit to the lap.
Matt is 1.3 up now for sector 2.
And Shiv improves to go alongside his teammate to P8 in a 32.5. Let's go to Chubby Slugboat, coming through the triple right hander. It's showing me is 1.3 seconds up now for Matt. So that would be a 32.4. He's going to be right in amongst it with his teammate in ENTXJ. Has he got the time in the last sector? Could he jump them? Could he get close to Nude Potato here? Gets a good exit off the last corner, and he beats Nude Potato. He goes P3 on a 31.858, and he takes it by nearly a tenth. Jay Bradfield is not in the lap. It's Nelly. Nelly is in the lap on the medium compound. Where does Nelly go? He catapults himself to P5 from P18 on the grid. So very good gain there for Nelly to put himself up and amongst the top 5. And we are set for what could be a very, very competitive race here, Adam. Not the biggest of gaps between the top 5. Interesting race ahead. I think
What's the strategy there, Chris? You're the man that knows.
the strategy,
Yeah,
soft medium,
soft medium.
or medium soft. You do not want to use a hard tyre here because it is very, very slow. Yeah, I agree, Chris White. It's a very, very strong lap there for Matterman.
Hang on, that Chris White person's meant to be on holiday, sunning it up. Not watching these
Hey,
noobs
holidays made for relaxing.
race.
Although I
Don't
don't know
watch
if listening.
OTL then.
Yeah, that's true. Listening to Adam's voice is far from relaxing.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. Volume down, my bad. Matt facts.
One second, Adam.
No problem, mate. What do you need to do, my friend? Oh, Jock has joined. Interesting. I thought he was already in. 10:30 PM there, Chris. Nice. I hope you're enjoying yourself, mate. Not jealous at all. You will receive a 10 place grid penalty when you're back. Before going on holiday. Oh dear. Right, so look, we have Mike P1, Rage P2, Chubby P3, Nude P4, Nelly P5, JP6, F Lewis P7, Stephen P8, Ranger P9, Chris Taps rounding off the top 10. Then we have Chiv P11, Rob P12, Pedro P13, Mick P14, Nadeem 15, Skarma P16. I'm going to say Jay Bradfield P17.
I'm back.
Yeah, I was reading out the grid and I got to P6 then and then it cut off and I can't remember.
That always happens to me every week as well. I never get the full grid done in time.
Looks nice. Doesn't look like there's going to be any rain.
Here, wait, we've got a bone to pick with Mr. SPW. I've just noticed something in the chat.
Go on.
Stephen says, Chris, I'm not going to say his word, I'll say it in a more family friendly. Says, Chris, I could poo for Ireland today, not going to lie. But if we say he's from Ireland, he goes off his head.
That is, yes. Yes.
Mr. SPW, you've got some explaining to do, young man.
Yeah, you got some splaining to do. You're either Irish or you're not. Oh, counter's going down. What is going on? Could there be raid? Oh! I'm a yawny boy. Right, so P17 was Jock, P18 Jay Bradfield, P19 Powell Josiak. Shimmer.
So I am here, sorry. I was just having a little conversation with the missus.
Was you getting told off again?
Nah, she never had some juice.
Oh, well, if it wasn't you getting told off, I don't care.
Not told off. So tyres outside the top 10, Shiv, Rob, Nadeem, Skarma and Mr. Pavel on the medium compound tyre.
So the predicted strategy is a 2-stop from the game. That is interesting. The game always predicts a 2-stop, but most 9 times out of 10, everybody does a 1-stop. Unless there is safety cars.
Yes, very much so.
Yeah.
And I think America's pretty good for the old safety car. Sector 1 will claim victims.
I think for me, where I normally struggle on this track is the S's.
Yes, it's going to be a penalty haven, I think, for some drivers there.
Yeah, I mean, I think to counter getting penalties, I think I just go through it a lot slower. But obviously, when I watch you do it, or Mike and Rage, you fly through it, and then there's me, I'm going through it like a donkey.
But then we run a hell of a lot of risk, so...
Yeah, but...
How many rounds remaining in OTL, Leon? 4. After this evening we have 4 to go. Okay. Mexico, Brazil,
Do you want me to look at the calendar, Chris?
yes, well the guys get formed up for the grid. I will prioritise on that.
Yes, you do that. I'll look at the calendar.
And somebody's had a little bit of a moment there, I'm not quite sure who it was.
Japan, Brazil, Mexico, and then Abu Dhabi.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Yep. So, some strong tracks for you there, Chris, as well.
Yeah, nice little run in for me as we wait for them to file in. Who is this? It's Pavel to take his last grip spot, and for some reason the game wants to show me everybody's front wing. Let me see the lights. Okay, we'll watch from the front wing of Mike as the OTL's USA Grand Prix gets set for action. We have 4 lights, 5 lights, and from the front wing of our championship leader, it's lights out and away we go. No idea why we're on this camera angle. It seems a good start for Mike, but now we get the view in Rage tries to come across, but Mike will cut that off. He'll defend the inside line. Con looks to the inside, and look at Chubby Slug. He's trying to go the long way round Rage. He'll now hold that inside line as they fall down the hill, but Mike managing to get the early break, and there is an absolute cluster of drivers here behind. It's Nelly, Chubby Slug, Con and F. Lewis all jostle for position. Oh, and F. Lewis seemed to come from an off-track position there, and there's been massive contact between them all. So F. Lewis now tumbles back down, and I don't know if anybody else found any damage on that interchange as they head through the S's for the first time. Mike leads from Rage P2, Chubby Slug 3, Noot Potato 4, Nelly P5, so I think it's as we were for the top 5.
Skarma had a spin before the S's. I'm not sure if there was contact.
So where is the gap? Ranger making gains. Here we go. He's coming to SPW. Go to that inside line. SPW squeeze him across, but he's confident on the brakes. He goes later. He'll hold that outside line. Ranger squeezes him out a little bit, but I think we could see SPW keep the inside of his car here. And fair play to Ranger. He's leaving space there, but he's on that better line for exit. And here comes SPW now down the inside. Oh, and they'll come together there. And SPW did try and pull over a bit. Oh, and there's a bit more contact there between SPW and Rage on. They've got to be careful there. They're still going side by side and fighting it out. And SPW gets his position back, but I think that's a battle that could rage on between these two all the while. Matoman is seeming to be a bit of a cork in the bottle at the moment, Adam. He is being hunted. In fact, Con is coming through in lap 2 up into turn 1.
Don't know what to say. Paul has crashed, he binned it.
Oh, VSC out.
Could this transfer a safety car just for where he's gone?
I do not see. It could be.
He's, oh no, he's gone. No, it'll just be a virtual. Car has gone already. Maybe I'll get an update from Paul himself. F. Lewis has retired in the pits. So we have lost 2.
So Mike holding a little bit of an advantage early in the season. Jock get kicked again. I don't know if you could drop him an invite, Adam.
Do you know what? I was just looking to invite him and I couldn't find his name.
And I wonder when we'll go back to green flag racing.
Right there, Jock, pardon me.
Tyres went.
Still P16, Jock, so you're good. VSC, get in quick.
So any moment now we'll go back to green flag racing, I am sure. In fact, we may be back now to green flag racing. My game's just not showing it.
No, not yet. I'm just watching Mike's in and Mike. Let's see if I can notice where Mike's going.
Oh, Nupatil picks up a drive through for speed and under the VSC. Oh, and he's going to jump straight into the pits there. Was there contact here between Chubby Slug and Con? I'm not sure there. But look at Nelly now, looking opportunistic, and he's eyeing a podium position early doors in the race. Is he going to come up the inside of Chubby Slug? Yes, he is. We see a move into turn 1, and Chubby Slug has a moment. Nelly's able to get on the power, and of course, with 4 rounds to go, every point counts now, and we may start to see drivers just get those elbows out a little bit more.
Isn't Nelly going to clamber onto the back of these two? Rage and Mike? We'll take it that way.
He's pretty much got the full grid and a train behind him as well at the moment. Is Chubby Slug now being put under massive pressure from ENTSG? I don't know what's going on with Matoman, but he's just not looked massively comfortable in the early phases of the race. And look at, change for the lead, Mike and Rage battle out, the 2 championship protagonists. Mike breaks late, he gets the squeeze on, and I think that is a fair sign that the elbows are now out. It is no more free space, and there goes Rage with a big move down the inside. And he gets in position, but it's a big oversteer moment, and Mike's going to be allowed to get the traction now, and he'll go back on the inside. Can Rage hold it all the way around along with her side by side through the triple right hander, and they're going to stay side by side, and Rage gets through on the inside into the last corner. But of course now Mike is given that advantage of DRS.
No, Rage has got it. Rage has got the DRS.
Oh, he was through the detection zone early, and I need to try and watch these gaps further behind as well.
I will try and keep an eye.
But this at the front is very important.
So Jay, oh, one minute. Oh no, right, so Chubby is back up to P3, he's made the move on Nelly, Nelly's out on the hills, followed by Jay and then Stephen. And then Ranger's hot on the heels of Stephen still. Ranger, for me, this season, moving to a wheel, he's steadied on it now. I know we're back into the season, but he's steadied onto it, it's much improved.
I think we're about to see round 2 by our 2 up front, Adam. Mike a couple of tenths behind, and here we go off that hairpin corner. Mike gets on the energy, DRS will open, of course. Rage holding a bit more straight line speed, so the move might come a bit later in the straight for Mike, but he wants that inside line. Rage tried to defend it off, but he says no, I'm coming down that inside, and Rage will try and go around the long way again, but he has to yield. He knows exactly where he was going if he tried to keep the car on the inside of Mike there, or the outside, apologies. And no big bombs from Rage.
Nelly is back through Chubby. Ranger has got through Stephen.
And Shiv got a hell of a train behind them as well here, Adam, further back.
Oh, yes. Yeah, Rob, Pedro, Nick, Zine. Oh, Sector 3, yellow car.
Oh, and that's, is that Nuke Potato? Oh, Pavel having a moment.
So Con isn't too far off. A little safety car brings him back.
Yeah, that's it. He is gaining time as Rob Wells goes for a big move there ahead. But look at Shiv. He'll look for the cutback now on the exit of turn 1. And Pedro could be getting involved in this as well. He goes round the long way on Rob Wells. The man in the Haas gets very opportunistic there. Well, Shiv and Rob Wells squabble out. And Pedro able to capitalise on that as well. Rob Wells losing out on trying to get the overtake. And Shiv ended up losing a position. And I think that shows, look how competitive it is at the back of the grid and the front. We've got a good midfield fight, we've got a good, in fact there's a lot of train, and then the fight at the front is pretty epic as Mr. Rage now goes round the long way and he cuts the line off a Mike there into the hairpin, and he will now go through back into the lead of the race. And I wonder just how many times these guys will trade position.
I'm looking at ERS, I don't think Rage can keep it out, to be fair.
You don't think?
Got through Chiv at the moment.
Oh, and who's this side by side? It is Mech and Shiv. There's another Williams man and a Dean try to get involved in this as well. And this is a good intense little battle happening further back in the field. Of course, in OTL it's all for points as well, so every position counts. So anything happen further up, we've got SPW trying to make gains on Ranger. Kristaps trying to go round along with SPW, and there's a bit of contact there. Is Kristaps dead to overtake there outside the track? And SPW's round at Sector 1. And that will be an interesting one there for SPW. I think he may feel hard done by. And look at Jay making an opportunistic move. He goes for the switchback and the exit of the S's. You do not see that every day, and he overtakes Matoman in probably one of the most unorthodox places on this racetrack. Coming out the S's.
Jay's the man. He's my Thursday teammate. He is the man.
That was a
hell of a move. As Pedro now needs to get on the defence. Chris, you see some unorthodox moves where they're comfortable with racing with each other.
Yes.
Especially like people like Matt and Jay, you know the limits, and they'll test them at times. But it works. Like myself and you, if we're on a track together and I'm ever close, you'll see something funny, I'm sure.
Yeah, oh yes.
Or something on the edge. So Jay's pushing Nelly now. I think Jay's going for another podium here.
He's looking very, very pacey. Look at just how much he gained on the brakes there. That was bonkers. Onto the DRS, and the boy is feeling good in the car. And Chubby Slug has lost the DRS to Jay as well, although I think he's using a little bit of energy to try and pull himself back into that fight.
Jay's flying.
So let's watch on board. I think there may be something spill over between our guys at the front as well. And Rage now down a bit in the energy. So here we go, DRS open, Rage is on full send. He's in that toe of Mike, and here we go, it is going to be a change. Mike will defend the inside line, Rage will go round the long way, and Mike even tucks back in before the braking zone. And Jay has now got through on Nelly into P3. Rob Wills and Pedro also doing battle overtakes coming everywhere here. Rob Wills now gets through, and Pedro and Nadeem catching this battle as well. Is Nadeem one of our lead men on the medium tyre now? No, Rob is. That's interesting.
Yeah, Rob and Nadeem are the ones. The Dean's just slowly been creeping up.
He's not taking any big risks, I think.
No,
he's just kind of finding his feet.
Yeah, getting into a comfortable spot and just going for it. Jay Bradfield as well, he's jumped up quite a few now.
Oh yeah, he's right in this battle with Shiv and the Dean and Pedro as well, so...
And then Con P13 now, because obviously Rangers appeared, Mick, Stephen, and Stephen's gone to the hard tyre.
And look at that, a bit of switchback action. I think Nadeem now gets through and Pedro's trying to come back at him. And he's got himself in a bit of a thick of a fight here as Mr. Pedro, and what's happened? Oh, Mr. Rage! Mr. Rage is round! He's had the moment and he's got no wing! And I tell you, Adam, that could be detrimental to the championship here.
Oh, so Mike's passed Rage the bottle. Like 2 seasons ago.
Ah, Mr. Rage.
Yeah. We really need a safety car now.
Oh, and look at that. Nelly gets back through. Ian TXJ goes a little wide into the hairpin at the back straight, and Nelly now gets himself back up to P2. Mr. Rage is limping home.
He might be right at the back. But, well...
Oh, and Pedro picks up his first time penalty of the race.
I tell you what, I'm going to mention it because I'm hoping to jinx it. Old Chubby Slug hasn't got a penalty yet. What tyres does Rage go on? Mediums?
Oh, so I think Nelly gave him that position back actually there, Chris. So some good sportsmanship on shore, because I think that was Jay giving a weave to say thank you. So that is what we like to see. If you can't get it done right, you give it back and go again. So respect to Mr. Nelly. But Nelly is that way. He's a hard racer, but he knows when to be fair.
There he is. Yes, I jinxed Matt. He got his penalty. Yes.
And he's only got it in lap 9 as well, so only a third into the race, so that could start to mount up very quickly. And of course, he's the only man in the top 7 to not have a penalty. Sorry, not to not have a penalty. And I think Nelly is going to come back through on Jay. And just when I change the broadcast view for the overtake, the game decides that we want to look at Nelly's rear wing. So we will see Rage pop into view on the right hand side. There he is, so we go to broadcast cam. And Nelly goes through, and Mike now got the gap out front to almost 6 seconds.
Oh, I need a safety car to make it interesting.
1 sec, Adam.
No problem. Haven't really got much to say. I mean, oh look, there's Rage. Let me get on to Jay. Jay looks like he's dropping back a bit. No, box in, box.
So, is this to the medium compound tyre for Nelly? I wonder. Yes, it is. So medium going on. And Mike now got a 9.4 second lead at the front.
Oh.
And now it starts to open up a bit, and look at Jock on his soft compound tyre. He's got a bit of a train behind him. Nude Potato recovering well as well. He's up to P8, but of course he's not took that pit stop yet as Ranger picks up another time penalty for multiple warnings.
The team is down the head medium runner.
Yes, and in that podium position.
He's silently, he's just crawled his way up. Jay Bradfield, he's obviously going to box probably this lap, go up to P6.
So here we go, Nude Potato on Jock. Jock tries to defend it off by breaking the toe, but there's not much he can do. And Pavel is coming for some as well. We're watching the rear wing of Con is Pavel. And who's that? Ranger on the inside. And look at that, that's some great racing between the guys there. Ranger, Pavel and Nude Potato all swarmed round Jock there. And now Nelly has a bit of contact, I think, with Jock also. But Nelly gets through. Ranger and Pavel now go to battle with each other, and Pavel gets the cut back now as we still watch from that rear wing of Con will now get to the... Come on, there's contact there, the big slide, and they're going to be round. Oh, and Pavel just goes in time there.
He did. That looked very unlucky there to me, but Nelly is going to make the move on Ranger. He's got the energy.
And I tell you what, there is some cracking racing going on between people here. There is some very, very good stuff for sure. And look at Jay now coming through. And look at that Ranger, there's a moment coming off the S's, and Ian takes Jill pounce on that. He'll give the space heading down the hill.
Oh, Jay wants to fight with Nelly some more. I like it.
But Jay's fuel light has just come on, Adam. And I tell you, to have a fuel light on in lap 8 is not a good situation.
Why would it ever be on in lap 8? How much fuel will you taken out?
I think he's probably about 0.5 under.
I mean, I don't think I often take fuel out of the car.
No, I never do. It's Chubby Slug and Ranger now go side by side. And Ranger losing out another position.
Ranger just needs to calm himself, get back to what you normally tell me if I have any incidents.
Race leader in the pits, Adam. And he is going to come out right in the thick of a fight here. And look at the gains that's been made for Nelly. The gap was 5.5 seconds. He's got that down to just a little over 2 seconds between him and Mike as Mike comes out the pit. So that shows how powerful that undercut is. And if Mike went for one more lap, he would have been massively under threat there.
3 second time penalty. It's a 162. Who is it?
It's Jock.
Jock.
So here comes Jay now, and Nude Potato is going to go for the overtake nice and early. He knows he's going to have the DRS. Con will try and hold it in that outside line. And Jay being very respectful on his corner exits when he's going side by drivers. Can I just say, leaving ample room for them all. And now Con is in the tough situation because he has no DRS, and we see the driver start to fly through, and here comes Ranger for some as well. As he goes down the inside, and Ranger's went deep in the brakes, and there's going to be big contact there at the apex, and Ranger gets out of there. He gives the position up. Fair play again. Now guys are taking risks.
Chubby got through all of that.
Somehow
got through all of that. Rob, 3 second time penalty. So is Rob going to let his teammate past?
Rob Willsby, oh, of course. And yes, he is absolute. No need for Rob to fight it. He's not going to hold him up.
Now, is Rob going to be the McLaren blocker against Nelly?
Oh, some tactics.
It takes some skills to be a blocker. I would know.
Wow.
I'm honestly, Chris, I'm going to send Matey some chocolates after the season on Sundays.
Nice. Oh, give me 1 second, Adam.
Go on, mate. Go on. I'm on board with Rob still. No, Nelly's going to make light work of Chibby. Now we need to see Rob block. Come on, Rob. We've taught you enough. We need to hold Nelly up for at least 3 laps.
Sorry for that, Adam. Flashback
right,
to Spa. Yeah, you know it, Chris.
Oh, dear. I just want to see if Rob's learned anything from me, and if he can do the blocking thing. Because Nelly's on a run here. I think Nelly could challenge Mike here. He comes off the inside. That's Rob, it's working. I like it. But now this is the real one. This is the real test. Really got ample with it. Rob is burning. He's gonna keep the inside. He's gonna no. Yeah. Oh, Rob, this one.
I tell you though, he got through, but Rob is still hustling all the way through the S's.
Just trying to keep an eye on Joe, because I tell you what, I can say this now, being on track and off track with Joe. For me, Jay is my driver of the season so far. He's been phenomenal in every aspect, to be fair, for me. Obviously Mike and Rage at a different level, but for me, Jay has been fantastic.
Yes, Jay and Chubby, I would say, as Mike clears now Nadeem and goes back into that race lead.
Don't mention Chubby again, please.
I'm sorry.
He's donkey this season. Although he hasn't had many donkey moments this season, really, has he?
He did early in the season, he did.
Do you know what? I think he's settled with the Sunday racing, and obviously you being the engineer, he's settled more.
Yes.
I would explain more on that, but I'm not sure how to. Yeah, I really don't. But I don't know. I think that's part of you and the calmness of me in race situations. It may have finally rubbed off on him. Maybe.
Sorry, I just need to send the reply. I do apologise.
You're good, mate. I'm used to you never answering me.
I know, you deserve it.
Yeah, 100%. So, oh, Jay, is he going to make a move on Chip after these S's? Jay's flying through these S's. I think you can get Chip and Rob down his back straight.
I'm going to go to this one. I am back.
It's all up in the gearbox of Chip. He's being nosy.
I did see that. He was having a good old sniff at that Ferrari oil.
Was he doing the outside of Chip?
Oh, he tried it. Shiv will close that off though, and I think you've got to expect that. Chubby Slug's in this as well. Now, is Jay going to go for it on the energy? He is gaining on Shiv. Shiv's going to defend that inside line, and now they're nearly going to go three wide into turn one, and Rob Wills and ENTXJ capitalises on that outside line at the hairpin, and now him and Shiv will stay side by side as they go through the technicalities of sector 3. Rob Wills still holding them both off from that older tyre.
I tell you what, team blocking, loving it.
Chubby Slug looking to get through, and Shiv as well here has to just get out at there, small bit of contact.
Oh, Jay is right up Rob's gearbox now.
And he is going to push. He will go through here. Oh, and big contact. Who was that there? Somebody hit Rob very, very hard in the rear. I think that may have been Shiv. But Shiv does not want to lose out of the position to Chubby Slug, and Chubby Slug will go side by side with Shiv as he heads through the S's. Will watch for the rear wing of Rob and Ranger now coming to get involved in that fight as well. Oh, and there's contact. Oh, and Ranger's inside the wall, and that could be a safety car, because that is a retired car. Oh no, it's not. Somehow he's not retired there. Wait, did Ranger get no damage?
Still, he looks good.
No way, he got out of that with no damage.
Rage is up to P9 again.
Oh yes.
He's silently, Rage is doing a ding. Sliding in his way up there.
Oh, Batter's going further ahead. The two Ferrari men, Chris Taps and Shiv. And Chubby Slug got through, and Rob Wills. Can Chubby Slug take the fight to Jay? That is the question.
ERS deployment says yes.
Pavel and Mick doing a bit of battling further back.
Team into the pits. With the this mean Robbie's going to box? Robbie's boxing as well.
So Mick and Pavel going side by side, coming through the S's, and they will stay still. No, in fact, I think Pavel is still trying to get through Mick, but there's a good fight brewing here between them. Let's watch Pavel. Is he going to push? So Mick scampering away a little bit from that fight. Can he close down Nadim? Of course, Nadim out in that fresh soft compound tyre. He's 5 seconds away from Ranger, and he will be going to the end of the race. So intrigued to see where he gets to. So, what is happening throughout the grid? Mr. Rage now up to P6. That's of course because a couple of drivers now took that pit stop. And there, who's that going to the pits? Chubby Slug.
Yeah, damage.
I'm intrigued. I'm going to stay on board with him as he rolls through the pit. Is he going to have to go for a win? No, he's just doing Matterman things. Yeah, I don't understand.
No. That's just thrown me. Why would you not put the subs on?
I don't know. Just when we were talking about him not doing so many mat things near the end of the season, and he goes and proves us all wrong.
Yes, yeah. You sort of knocked the wind out of my sails, to be fair. Not gonna lie.
Yeah, I'm just a bit perplexed and confused. And we have Jock out now. This could be a safety car now, Adam. Yellow flag, sector 1 and sector 2. Will it trigger the full course yellow? We will see, although it does not look like it. Looking like it's going to get cleared. Big out. Did you have a moment in the S's, Jock? It's a horrible set of corners.
Yeah,
and no safety car. The track is cleared.
It really has. Macdown and pits for mediums has really done me.
Yeah. He's a confusing little character, is Matthew.
Yeah.
It's Pavel and Mick. Oh, Pavel into the pits. But of course he was one of the men early on that.
Range up to P4.
He's absolutely flying, isn't he? 1.2 seconds behind Jay as well.
No
and Nelly got the penalty, so...
P2 could be on, really. Still.
Definitely.
Obviously, Joe will say it'd be a Mike Ray J podium.
How many penalties does Nelly have? Just 3 seconds, so Rage a little bit, and Jay a little bit out the window at the moment. Mr. Rage now in ENTXJ's DRS range. The potato gaining a Mick further back as well. And we have Pedro and Chubby Slug doing battle. Poor Pedro, every time he gets near that back straight he's never a DRS. Every time I go to him he's getting overtaken because he has no DRS and the guy behind him does.
Really deserves it.
He's been in the thick of the fight today, Pedro. He's been right in that midfield fight.
He normally is though. He normally is, and there's normally, it's nothing against Pedro, maybe it's his fault, maybe it's not. There's normally an inch and a
Yeah, Jock.
Unravels.
Once you leave the pits, you're in part firm, mate. So.
So now we've got Nick in the pits. Why is very confused by people doing 2 stops.
Yeah, it's an interesting call.
Ranger 1 passes that.
Oh. So can Rage mount the challenge on Jay down the back straight? But look at Jay, he's driving smart. Get the exit off the corner. Get himself a good little drive. And he gets a good run away for Rage. Now Rage is trying to game, but he's absolutely spent on the energy, and I don't think he gets close enough on the back straight here. And he's going to go for a big move down the inside, and Jay very, very respectful, leaves space, but Jay's not over with this, so stay side by side as they head into sector 3. Oh, and Jay has to get the opposite lock on. Rage squeezed him over, and now he will go through. So Rage up to P3, needs to find 3 seconds to nearly to close off that penalty gap. And Jay, get into the pits.
Guys. It's not making sense to me.
No. A very, very strange situation for sure.
Sector 3. Oh, we've got a Murkoff. That's Ranger. Is he out? Is he okay?
No, I think he's driving again now.
Yes, he is. And he's going to box. Oh! Spin going into the pits.
And the 5-second time penalty for speeding in the pits.
Just in time.
He's had his day as Ranger. I think he knew he was always going to be Stonewall last anyway, with the penalties. Yeah. A shame too, because he was in some good fights.
Yeah, he was.
So anything going to arise from this little DRS train and the fight for P6?
Chevron Rob, 410s.
So this is really the only battle taking place at the moment, so we'll just stay with it as we watch from above. And something happened there. Oh, I think that's just the Ranger pulling off. It's AI. Yes, it is back to green flag in that first sector. And I think that's where Mike is just heading now.
I think Mike should be listening to the stream, and I think Mike should box for some softs to make the last few laps interesting.
I don't think he's going to do that somehow.
I don't either.
There's absolutely no way I'd ever hear the stream while I was racing either. I don't know how Andy can do that. Respect to anybody that can focus on other things while driving.
Okay.
So can Con make the gains he needs on Chubby Slug? Absolutely no energy on the back straight here. So nothing coming of these fight ENTSJ on the back of Rob now on his fresh soft compound tyre, so 5 laps to go. Jay needs to push on through. And here he comes, straight on the DRS, pulls to the inside of Rob. And through up to P8 now for Jay. But the gap between Chubby Slug... Oh, and there's been contact there, and New Potato, I think, was put round by Matoman. And ENTXJ ran into Nude Potato. So, was there any damage to any of the cars? I think they seem to have continued on. So here comes Jay on Chubby Slug. Chubby Slug will try and defend it off, but Jay will come to the inside line. He's on that soft compound tyre. Far superior grip. Snatches a small inside lockup, but nothing too much to worry about. And back up to P6.
Can Jay still get a podium?
No.
Nah, too far.
11 seconds and 4 laps. He would need to find 2.2 seconds a lap to the car in front. It's a big ask. Remember, the Demon front's also on the soft compound, so...
Yes.
But let's see.
Second, I think.
Let's see. And it's been an exciting first kind of 15 laps, and then it's settled down a little bit. The gap's opened up. Oh, and we've had somebody have a moment coming into the pits. I think Jay Bradfield clobbered the inside wall. Let's go on board the man in P1 at the moment. He's got a very, very solid roof.
Jay's up there. Yeah, I don't think he's going to make it. It's going to be close.
Mike gives us a little weave, so I think he is watching. Maybe he wants us not to watch in case there's a crash.
Oh, maybe we should watch.
No, I wouldn't do that. I'm a lovely man.
You would, I would.
I know you would.
Yeah, damn right. Might even whip his ass at FIFA after this.
Oof.
I mean, it's sort of petered out the race, especially those dodgy pit stops as well.
Yeah.
It's just sort of nerved it for me.
Matoman triggered a chain reaction of yeah.
Yeah.
Some interesting tactics. Oh, a good man, Jock. That's what we like to hear. That is a tremendous comment in the chat. As SPW takes the fastest lap of the race in a 33.6, and he is now all over the back of Pedro. Look at this, because it's going to be a battle brewing here. Can SPW go around a little bit? Oh, oh no. Oh, that was an interesting one there. But Pedro ends up round. And we've got a Ferrari round. Who's that?
Chris Taps, I
Chris
believe.
Taps had a big moment through the S's. Has he picked up any damage? And this now was the opportunity that Jay needed.
Yes.
Good man, Chris, thank you very much. And did he get, is he going to try and continue here as Chris starts? He's got absolutely no energy, so the position will be there for Jay. He will get back into the top 5, even if he can't get through Chris Taps, because Chris Taps and All three drivers behind, of course, have their penalties. As Matterman picks up another time penalty for multiple warnings. And Jay now gets through on Kristaps. I think Kristaps was trying to get the DRS there, but I don't think he realised it straight off that corner. Was able to oh no, I think he did actually. He was able to get it right. So he's going to try and come back at Jay here and use the DRS to the advantage. Give us a better view, please, game. And they will go side by side, and Kristaps will go through on ENTXJ. So he got out it to steal that DRS, but look at Jay, he'll now go to the inside line and they'll go side by side in sector 3, and the superior grip will shine through, and ENTXJ able to just pull that gap. Well, the medium tyres are not just giving Kristaps exactly what he needs.
I do like Kristaps never give up attitude.
Oh yes.
I do, I appreciate that sort of attitude.
Somebody spelt Chris's name wrong. God's sake, Jock.
Don't worry, Jock, I spell lots of things wrong. You're right about that comment from Jock. I haven't looked until now. I might even.
And Adam.
Yeah.
I think EXTJ is on fuel saving. Look. Yeah, the red lights come on, Adam. He's having to short shift massively, and look, he's hemorrhaging lap positions here. So, can he hang on? He's got another lap to go for this. He will get the DRS, as does Matterman.
And I think Rage is practically in Nelly's window.
Oh yes, Mr. Rage is nearly there. And poor Jane, he's now been overtaken by Chev, and Rob Willsie's falling down the order. The fuel is going to be detrimental.
Jay, do not underfuel your car.
So on to the last lap, although Mike is quite a bit deep into that. He's just coming out the S's, will go on board with a leader. He has drove utterly faultless today. Again, another very, very strong drive. And I think this will put pretty much one hand on the championship, I think, for Mike.
I've got my hand on the other side of the championship.
And Jay picks up a time penalty now for multiple warnings. He is still going to gain a couple of positions, I think, anyway, as Mike comes through the hairpin for the last time. The medium's looking a bit sore. Jay Bradford's getting well out of the way of the leader
now, but he does keep blocking out.
We'll get on board with
very close.
Mike. You can keep an eye on that one as he comes through the triple right. 2 corners to go. And as I say, I think for Mike this will put one hand on the championship as he comes to the final corner. And through he goes. Will be a victory in USA, and he's even got right out it. He is a very happy boy, and he takes the checkered flag in, while doing so into the wall just a little bit. Nelly will finish P2, but Rage has got well in that window. He will get through in the penalty. Rage P2, a great recovery there. Nelly P3. Nadeem with a solid drive. Let's just see how many positions gained there for Nadeem, because it was a few. 11 positions gained, up to P4 from P15. Chubby Slug P5. Kristaps, Shiv and Rob all having a good day in the office, up 4. And Pavel from the back of the grid got himself inside the top 10. In fact, P9, is that a battle still brewing here? Oh yes, it is. Oh, and Jay's out of fuel! He's out! He's out of fuel, he was trying to make it through, and the car dies a death as it comes to the line. And SPW round the final corner. I think he took the fastest lap of the race. He'll get P11, he'll get the penalty. Captain J Nid Potato rounds to get P12 still. Jay lost a lot of time there in the penalty. I think he got a timing glitch. But Mike wins, but OTL always is a bit crazy.
It is. And the day month, that's a fair shout.
Yes, very much so. Although we will need to pick somebody different because the points matter.
Ah, yes. So, let me get the guys in.
Yes, I need to grab the restroom, Adam, so give me
Yes.
1 second.
Oh, we got a Nelly.
A nervous Nelly.
We caught a nervous Nelly. Oh, one of my originals for OTL. Love you, Nelly.
Love you too, buddy.
Oh, and we
Hate,
got
hate everyone else. But love you.
Thanks, Nelly.
Yeah, well, that's cool. I appreciate that. We got Rage in. He's sired on his way in, and Mike is doing the Irish jig as he comes in.
So, I think our podium trio has joined us. We will start with yourself, Nelly. P3. You maybe kick yourself a little bit with the penalty, but still a very good drive today. You looked good in the car. How was your race?
Yeah, it was alright. I think I got my tyre pressures wrong. I was massively slow on the soft, overheating. I could have pushed more. I know I pitted on lap 10 for the medium, which is quite early for a one stop, but like, it's doable from lap 8. I think I just got my tyre pressures wrong. I wasn't overheating the mediums, but I had to go slowly not to overheat them, so I was just chilling. Great comeback from Rage, since his nose fell off at some point. But I don't know what happened there. And I saw Mike, I thought, maybe. And then I hope Mike would have stayed out one more lap on the mediums, and one lap on the softs, I would have had him, just so we could have a battle before he goes off into the distance. But yeah, considering how last week went, which I want to talk about, it was just, it was alright. Congrats to these two. I checked Rage's race director because on the last lap I thought he'd cut a corner because he pulled 4 bloody tenths on me in one sector, but fairs.
He probably did.
I hope he did, but like, GG's, and it was a fun battling through all the field. Had no incidents apart from I poked Jantix's arsehole a little bit, but he asked for it. So, he definitely asked for it. I let him back through and then just mugged everyone else off. So
That's
all
one
good.
thing I want to point out, Nelly. Just the respect shown on circuit today. That kudos to any driver on that. I always think that should be pointed out. So big respect to how you handled that situation.
I tapped him. I didn't think he'd go that wide, and then I thought, okay. I thought about it for like 10 seconds, and I was like, I can't be asked to let him back through. Let me run away. But I was like, yeah, I'll let him back through before DRS, and then just take him back.
Yeah. So still though, you showed the respect to still do the right thing in the end. So another podium from P5, positions gained. I would have liked to see Mike stay out for another lap as well, because I think you had him. The gap when Mike boxed was like 6 seconds, and you had it down to 2 seconds when Mike came out the pits. So you would have been very, very much in a fight with Mike if he'd stayed for one more. But Mike's boring.
He is, isn't he? Yeah. Like we're just winning all the time. It's just boring, isn't it? And like I don't know how.
Not on a Wednesday.
Ouch.
See, I would win every Wednesday, but I choose to work that day. So.
No. You tried the Wednesdays and you left it to come back to Mondays because you sucked.
That's because of my ABS. No, I went back to ABS in it. But yeah. Fun day all round. It just seems every time I'm on the podium, it's these bloody two.
Yeah. It's like the most famous OTL podium trio to date, I think. Use three.
Yeah. It's us three and then me and Glock and then that's it.
Yep. So very good job, Nelly. P3, another podium in the bank. And I think that'll do dividends in your championship because Nude Potato had a bad day in the office. He was way down the order in P11. So I think you may jump him get into next week. So that'll put you back into third in the championship, I am pretty sure.
Sweet. Oh, thanks guys. Appreciate it. GG.
No worries. Mr. Rage,
Yes.
was tyre temperatures an issue?
No.
So where did your wing decide to take a wander?
The beautiful, basically the end of the S's, that horrible left-hander.
Up over the hill?
Up over the hill.
Oh yeah.
I decided, stupidly, to stay in 5th, so I didn't drop it to 4th, so I thought, let me keep it in 5th, maybe it might help me with traction, going out the exit. Yeah, no. Back end decided to, go one way and then flung me the other. So that's how I got my front wing gone.
But from there, Rage, you go on to recover yourself a very, very good result. Did you foresee you getting back to that kind of position? Because there was no safety car, so you had no opportunity to close the distance. You just done that in sheer pace today.
One thing's for sure, the fact that I pitted, or is it 3 laps before Mike, or is it 4? I don't think I was more worried that I wasn't gonna get to the podium because of the fact that I pitted 3 to 4 laps earlier.
Ah, so actually getting the tyre to the end was a worry.
Yes, I ended. Well, surprisingly, I ended with like 67%, my worst one. So it was alright, to be fair. I was never at any point worried about tyre temps. They were never peaking. So.
And kudos to you and Mike for your early battle. It was very entertaining.
If I was like sitting there wondering, are we going to do this every single lap for the rest of the week?
I kind of foreseen that happening, and then you decided to stick the car in the wall.
Yeah.
Job. Oh my god, that was brilliant.
I'm sorry, Rage.
No, I deserve it.
But still, good job. A very, very well recovered P2 in the end, of course, because Nelly had that penalty.
Yeah, unfortunately.
But still, to even drive back, if Nelly never had the penalty, to drive back to P3 when you were pretty much, I think you were like P14 after your pit stop, was a very good day in the office.
Yeah, somewhere like that.
So good job, mate. Very well done.
Thank you.
Mike, good evening. Are you here? My little Irish friend.
Michael.
You're muted, Mike.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, we hear you now.
Yes.
So Mike, it was pretty much a first stint kind of battle for you, and then the race kind of fizzled out. I think that would be fair to say. You did have to do some overtaking, of course, when you came out on your stint, but I think it was literally just Nadeem and Jay, maybe.
I mean, the first few laps were, they were butt-clenching moments.
But you were very fair and respectful. It was very entertaining.
Yeah, it was on the limit for sure, and it was fun. But yeah, I don't know how Rage's car didn't retire. He was in the air, and I thought, yes! But then he goes back to P2, and it was like, oh.
You're not getting rid of me that easily, mate.
Yeah.
So I was saying
Mike,
at the end.
At what point did you give Rage the bottle?
Probably. 6 races ago, maybe.
6 races. I was just wondering, because obviously you bottled it hard tonight, so I just wondered. Go on, Chris, carry on. So that's it. That's me go.
I lost my train
my
of
bad.
thought. Yeah.
I've done you in, and I. Sorry.
You do this every week.
You were talking about me, if that helps.
I was going to ask a
No,
question.
no, you weren't.
Moving on.
Yeah.
No, but obviously it's a great day for me and Rob. It's going both Red Bulls, so that's kind of really big points for the constructors. And then obviously to gain 5 points on Rage in a race, I really thought I was going to be well down the order. You know, everything kind of played into my hands. So yeah, a positive day at the office.
Yes, because of course you were saying, well, I don't read into it too much, but you were saying pre-race that you were a little bit off the pace. I tend not to think you were just 7/10 away for Rage as a whole, because that first didn't prove that you're right on the money. But still,
Well, you see, the problem is I had to run my tire pressures at the minimum to
oh,
keep them from overheating. So
Oh,
that's where the problem was.
oh, I see. And it
Yeah.
just
that's where I
obviously
went wrong,
better
because I
in the
went half
race
tire
then.
pressures.
Yeah, so obviously with the ABS off, like I'm not going into most corners anyway, but I just had to run it at the 21.0 on the front. Couldn't get them to not overheat at any other temperature, so yeah.
But in the end, Mike, you extend the advantage at the top. I was saying just at the end of the race, I feel like you could feel that's maybe one hand on the championship. 4 races to go. I think the gap will be north of 50 points again.
Yeah, like 50 points you're looking at what really I need to DNF for Rage to have a chance
Twice.
still. As long as I don't crash and put a wheel out, if I just stay in every race, I'm pretty sure I'm home dry.
Oh yeah, I think it would take like a DNF and a finish outside the top 10 and Rage to win that race.
Yeah.
As well as Rage winning every race from now to the end of the season. I don't mean to lump the pressure on Rage, but this is just the facts.
Yeah,
I
for
knew
sure.
those facts
Yeah.
before.
Obviously, Brazil
today.
sprint race is the big one. Like
Yes.
that's where all my attention kind of goes now. You know, it's if you look at the sprint races, one of us is kind of messed up throughout every single one. I messed up in Imola, he messed up in France, I messed up in Italy, so it's all up in the bag. It's kind of like real life. Sprint race equals carnage.
And that's what we like to see. And that's the second
Well,
last
no, we
race
don't
of
like
the
to see.
season. Oh no,
Yeah,
is it? Yeah.
definitely. Yep.
I think it's the
second
last.
last, isn't it?
No,
Mexico's
it's
before.
no Mexico's after.
Oh, okay. Well, that's even better for me then. It kind of gives me 2 races to adjust to the carnage. But yeah, I mean, again, Rage's pace on that medium tire was kind of insane. And then obviously Nelly did a great job to get back on the podium, which I called last week.
Oh, you did actually.
Aren't you
That's right.
sweet?
I'm Nelly's lucky charm. Who would have known?
Yeah.
No, you're something else to me.
Nelly, I was gonna say it's lovely to hear your voice again. I forgot what you sounded like, but now I'm.
See, your voice sounds happy, but the things you're saying are very rude.
Well, Nelly, I offer my condolences. We will be best friends again.
I can't even complain about your ass because it's too far in the distance. I can't see it.
Yes.
No, yeah, GG. Nah, it's nice to have everyone. It's just us 3 all the time, isn't it? Just shout out to
When
Jensen
you
as well.
decide to turn up.
Oh, boo Jensen. Jensen wins
Yeah,
too much. He gets
Look,
enough
let's not
credit. He
talk
doesn't
about
need
the
it anymore.
waffles. Come on, Chris, pick
Oh,
your
the
driver of
waffles.
the day.
Yes, oh yeah, that's a very good point. Very good job on the win, Mike, and that extension
Thank
of the championship lead. Adam, our driver of the day. And I'm not trying to swing the championship or gain anything, but we just need to take a second to appreciate the recovery of Rage, I think. And I think Nadeem would probably have been my driver of the day full time, if it was full time. But I think looking in a hole, ENTXJ, Rage, I will say if Jay did not run out of fuel and bottle it the way he did. Sorry, Jay, if you're watching.
Wait, can I ask why Mataman pitted?
No, well,
Oh,
don't.
yeah.
Please don't.
Yeah.
Was it Russia? Was it Russia all over again?
Yes.
Yeah.
He done Mataman things for.
I was watching it in the top left and I said, oh, Mataman's on for
I
a
was like
podium
wondering-
here, and then bang, in the pit.
I was thinking
and
He
then
done
at the
Mataman
end of the
things.
race, I saw you went to mediums.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, please don't, Mike. Please don't. No.
I was like, if you're gonna pit, go to soft.
Mataman
No.
literally sucked the life out of the stream when he done that.
He did. 100%. He done a surge at Monza.
Yeah. It looked like a good. I was listening to you. So I don't know if you saw, but you said you.
You
saw
gave
how
me a
bored with me
weave?
and- yeah, Adam said that I should go in the pits, so I kind of like faked like I was going in the pits.
Oh, I thought you were just weaving to say you were listening, and then I thought that maybe you were weaving to say stop watching me in case you cuss me in a crash, so I stopped watching you.
I very almost did crash the second you switched off me through the X's.
That's because I switched onto you.
So Adam, would you agree that Rage would be driver of the day?
Yes, only because Jay underfueled and he's a donkey.
Yeah, I think Jay would have got it out with that because he was on for a very strong position. He was having a cracking battle with Nelly early doors in the race, and I think they would have continued on. Although Jay was another driver that went on one of the funny strategies.
Yeah.
Yeah,
There was a few.
Why did he box then?
So the reason why he boxed is when I made the overtake, he thought he got front wing damage.
Oh yeah, I seen
pitted
that actually on the
instantly.
stream.
Yeah, he pitted instantly, but then he didn't
Realised
have
he
damage.
didn't have damage. Oh
Yeah.
my god.
He did
What
have
a
damage,
penis.
so
That's
that's
such
why.
a mad thing to do.
So he did do a Matthew as well.
So Adam, do you have anything for the guys before we wrap up for the evening?
No, hopefully Mike bottles in next week. Rage brings the championship closer.
Yeah, I agree.
I'd love Nelly back on the podium. He is an OTO original. Season 1. So,
True and proud.
yeah. No, that's it really. And obviously, Chris, I'd love to see you in the podium. Oh, you're in the podiums every Monday.
Hey.
I'd love to see you on the podium on Wednesday, mate, to be fair.
No chance.
Yes, there is. It's USA.
Watch me on a Tuesday. You might.
Yeah,
be-
I will. That's guaranteed.
Sorry, I shouldn't be plugging myself in our league stream. That's terrible.
Hey, you can. I don't mind. You do
Yes,
enough.
you can.
You can.
Anyway.
Yes. Anyways, well done to Mike and to Rage and to Nelly. Thank you, Adam, for joining me. You big
No
goon.
problem. Thank you for having me.
I'd like to say it was a pleasure, but it was really a chore.
Oh, it was.
And on that somber note,
Listening to him.
join us on Wednesday for HOR at the same place. We will see you then.